Alright, I want to do a quick reading for Divine Masculine, being tapped from the masculine to just get some things off the mind. Masculine, what is going on? Okay, all these cards are trying to come out. Five of Wands, Eight of Swords, oops, King of Swords, okay. Let's see what else came out. Seven of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Wow. So there's definitely like a lot of contention and just self-sabotage. Could be just kind of control issues over just honoring the true self and kind of coming across as like this king that has it all together. I feel like, let's see, with this Five of Wands and this Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords with the Four of Pentacles, this is like an energy of feeling really possessive and blinded by one's own abilities or sorry, let me turn this TV down if I could find, where did I put the remote? Okay, well anyways, hopefully it's not too distracting in the background. I guess I talk loud enough. But masculines are definitely having this issue of being honest, keeping it real with themselves about like control issues, you know, either sneakiness or like scammer type behavior and kind of just self-sabotage, because the Five of Wands is like fighting within self, competition basically with self or with others. You know, the Eight of Swords is about kind of like self-sabotage or blinding oneself or feeling trapped, you know, like, but it's one's own doing. And with the King of Swords coming out after this, I feel like this is just really about looking at the self, the authenticity of like, where have I been lying to myself? Yeah, even with the Seven of Swords coming out, like, where have you been lying? You know, like deceiving and maybe just being not true with themselves, you know, with this King of Swords. It's like, wow, and then the Eight of Swords too. So it's like Seven and Eight of Swords. It's like, there's this contention with like, I want to be more truthful and honest, but like they're having control issues with that, with the King of Wands of even maybe just how to bring about like more of a king, like a fiery sort of action oriented, but like high vibration type attitude, like how, you know, the Seven of Swords is also could be strategy of how to control that energy of like, well, I'm like kind of all over the place, you know, with these wands and like having all this energy and this action. And, you know, sometimes for like the masculine energy, it's like how, like, I'm just seeing like competition isn't always your friend. Like it helps fuel you, but like in what ways are you using it to manipulate and control others or yourself? Is it controlling and manipulating you? Are you lying to yourself about like maybe not so, you know, chivalrous or very king-like behaviors, you know, like maybe that's why the King of Swords and the King of Wands like have come out in this reading amongst kind of all these other, these are kind of like turbulent like cards a little bit. Like this is like fighting, denial, lying, control issues, you know, and really it has to do with the way that you honor your fire, you know, is like, are you being true to your fire or are you letting it manipulate you and cause competition within you? That's really maybe self-sabotage though. Like, I don't know, in my mind I'm just hearing like lying to yourself, like lying to yourself, being sneaky with yourself, like scammer. Like the Seven of Swords is like this scammer, you know, and it could be used differently, like, okay, well, I'm just using it to try to get on my shit, you know, like I really have like these Four of Pentacles is like not necessarily hoarding things, but like I'm trying to control, like it's like a control issue, like over my environment. And, you know, the King of Wands is like, with the Seven of Swords, I'm just hearing kind of like these lies and deceptions, like scammer type behavior. Like, you know, you're acting in a way that is like, it's competition. Like you're trying to win the competition, but it's self-sabotage. Like it's really not honoring that integrity and truthfulness. And to be honest, because it's in the King of Swords energy, it could be like, well, I don't really give a fuck, right? Like I got to get done. And, you know, it could be feeling as though it's just kind of like weighing on them, because this is like, this feels a little bit heavy. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep reading for the masculine. Let's see what else wants to come out. So, masculine, what else would you like to say? Because I'm hearing that there's just contention with authenticity, like being a stand-up guy, like being a real stand-up, honorable being that's like still likable and desired. Like I feel like this has to do with like, I'm the man, like everybody loves me, I'm so fly, and like all the just love me or something, you know. It's just like, that's kind of a manipulation, you know, and a competition, like sort of old paradigm, or just maybe even a consciousness construct that is affecting the masculine energy, because it's binding them, like the blindfold and the 8 swords. Like you need to free yourself from these deceptions and lying and conniving and for control issues. Really, it's all for the monetary gain. This doesn't look like someone that's like trying to hurt hearts or like do things with the intention of harm, because this is a person that is in lack mentality, scarcity. They're operating from fear. They feel that there's competition for resources and that I ain't got it. I gotta like strategize and like scam, or not necessarily scam, but just like strategize in a sneaky way about, you know, I got it together, you know, I got my things together, everybody love me, I'm so fly, you know what I mean? Like real talk, like honoring the authenticity though is having them look at this issue, like masculine is battling this deception, these self-denials and these blindfolds that are holding them back from true authenticity. And what really it is that there's just like self-sabotage and self-deception is what I'm hearing, like lying to yourself. You're trying to be sneaky, you know, and but it's with yourself, really. I mean, it's not necessarily for other people. Like other people kind of get caught up in our paths sometimes, you know, and it's just like, it's really because I'm in competition with myself, I'm battling myself, and therefore, oh, that doesn't go there, but you know, and therefore, like, I have to strategize against others. Like this one, he's basically stealing the other camp's swords, or who knows really what, but it's like lies and sneakiness and conniving for tactical reasons. And then it has like the 4 of Pentacles coming out next. So I'm hearing that it's like these scams, like these scammers, like you're doing things that really don't have the best interest, you know, at heart. And you're lying to yourself, really. You're lying to yourself about how it's going to make you the man, you know. Because there's lack mentality. There's just this fear of scarcity. I'm not going to have it, so I have to hold on to everything. And if I have to lie, cheat, steal, and fight others, like, well, that's just what I got to do. But that's a misconception. See how this King of Swords has come out after the 8 of Swords? Like, because the truth wants to reveal itself. Always, like, when you're bound, when you have bound yourself or you're lying to yourself, the truth wants to come through with that. And it might be no nonsense and feel a little bit cold. But that's what has to happen, you know, when you're constructing this true king energy. All right, like I said, let's look into like what else is going on, masculine, because this seems a little bit like much. Masculine, what's going on? What's really going on? Like, what's on your mind, though? Like, what's on your mind? Let's just have a session today, shall we? What's on your mind? What is the reason for this? You know, let's do 5 of Wands first. Like, what's up with this energy? So it was the 2 of Cups. So let's see, definitely, I'm going to keep going. The 2 of Cups, and this card flipped over with the King of Cups. So yeah, I guess there's definitely this competition inside is about, oh man, another king too. You know, it definitely has to do with the way that they want to show up and how they're actually like receiving certain like maybe love and appreciation or like partnership. They feel in competition. What's this blinded? This 8 of Swords is about 7 of Wands. Oh my God, more fighting. Okay, so definitely feeling like you have to go the distance. Or you just have to be kind of battling. Basically, the blindfold is to help them battle. So if they're self-sabotaging or they're in denial about like, well, I'm just lying to get by, or like, I only, you know, bend the truth. I'm not necessarily lying, or, you know, like, because like I got shit I need to take care of, or like we need to hold on to our resources. It's kind of like they're justifying it by looking the other way, or just kind of like turning a blind eye. But really, it's kind of messing with this 5 of Wands, like this competition, this contention, this fighting. It's kind of messing with their inner emotions, you know, and how they feel, maybe even just balancing their inner union, their inner couple. Let's keep looking though, because I'm curious, what is this blindfold and this fighting, the 7 of Wands? It's so cool. It's, I mean, I hate when I'm like, oh, it's cool that there's like this contention, but no, it's like it aligns, because if you see the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, and then it's like there's certain cards that they say the same thing, you know, like sometimes the 8 like being like blinding oneself would make you feel like you have to keep fighting, you know. It's like 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, like contention and fighting. Basically, like the cards are reflecting itself, and it's kind of based upon like, you know, material consciousness. You know, when is it not for the masculines? Like they're always feeling like, I need more. My own inner masculine is constantly like, you need more, you need to be doing, but I think that's a distortion. So I'm learning right now how to like really listen to the masculine without jumping to do anything first. And so I think that's also balancing the feminine inside my masculine. It's like, hold on, just like, don't jump off the hinge yet. Like, let's listen to what that actually is trying to say. You know, it's kind of like a more mature take on, you know, how do we honor. I mean, this is a romantic card. This could really literally mean that they're fighting, you know, their King of Cups energy, and just being a little bit combative, because there's shit I gotta get done, you know, like I gotta do what I gotta do. Oopsies. I gotta handle this, you know, to get these to hold on to the material gains, to like still be that, you know, I'm the man, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, it's all these king cards, you know. So yeah, masculine is definitely like feeling very powerful, but I wanted to know more about this 7 of Swords. So this one came off the Chariot. Oh my gosh, another 7. Yeah. Making movement and having success towards what? Towards what though? Because if it's an emotional or a physical, you know, it could be both. I mean, they're both coming out here. Lack mentality is really a scary feeling though. Not knowing if you have enough, feeling as though you don't have enough. That's enough to put anybody into some scheme you know, like I gotta do what I gotta do, and I gotta go the distance because this competition out here is real. They really feel this. They really feel this, that they have to fight and maneuver and like strategize, like gotta do what I gotta do, like the ends justifies the means for them in this situation. And that's a blind conception. That's a blind conception because all money ain't good money, right? Like at the end of the day, like, and that's just an analogy. It could be like all energy ain't good energy. You know, you don't drink from every cup. That's how you get poisoned. Like all opportunities are not great opportunities. And that's something that you just kind of learn. I mean, unfortunately, because I still, you know, I still give the benefit of the doubt. You know, if I could just do it, like I deceive myself as well. My masculine energy is very strong, and I resonate with this very deeply, because like sometimes you can put yourself in a cold position. Well, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. So you cut your eyes, you know, you turn your eyes off. I got to handle this, whatever I'm battling inside, however I got to battle those without outside. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is that you can manipulate situations. You can use your mind and your intelligence and intellect to be like, you know what? I was taking all that so that we would win. Or I did that behavior, or I did that. I grabbed so tightly and grasped to that, you know, just those circumstances where you're not acting very chivalrous. And, you know, the behavior's charming and you're just like kind of deceitful or just like using what you got to get what you want, you know? Because you're in a fear-based energy of that I don't have enough, and that's a lie, which is why I think that, look, another fear-based energy is like I gotta keep fighting. You know, Seven of Wands too is also like tenacity, like you're gonna keep going for it. So that's what I'm kind of hearing. But also there's this recognition of like they're fighting this internal maturity of being able to balance and bring forth this emotional sort of maturity and balance to themselves. You know, you can't always just like put it on another person. Like he's not treating me right, or the masculine is, this is within ourself. Okay, guys, like this is within ourself. At least I'm at a point in my journey where I'm balancing my own, because it's a reflection. Everything that I seem to attract is a reflection of truly what I'm resonating with within. So 7 on a 7, the Chariot is kind of what I was interested in. Like what is this driving force? Because it's a 7 of Wands means I'm fighting it and I'm pulling forward with my Chariot to success. Like these are forward charge. This is real charged up movement. I'm like, about what? What's up, masculine? What's up? You super fired up. Look, it's like 5 of Wands, you know? Even the King of Swords is like no bullshit, no nonsense. The King of Wands. Chariot, 7 of Wands. What's up? Like, what's really on your mind, though? Like, what? Ooh, okay. Now, these 3 came out. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Page of Swords. What's really on your mind is honoring the authenticity of your heart. The authenticity of your heart. The authenticity of your heart. Geez, all we need is the King of Pentacles and and there's an Emperor going on here. This masculine is really undergoing a lot because of transformation of both sides. Like looking at their scarce mentality and even like how they can like have love. Like how can I have love? How can I actually have love and truthfully, you know, like bring about what I need? Like the Knight of Swords also is like communicating like truthfully. It's like really what you need, and we need material things. It's okay to say that, you know, that's not a lie. You don't have to deceive people that you're not a lover, okay? You don't need to deceive people that you're not someone who gets the job done. You know, like you can be whole. Where did this Queen of Pentacles come from? That's interesting. Wow. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles then just like came out of nowhere. It must have been underneath one of these cards. Or it came out in this. Wow, and then there's the Queen of Pentacles. Wasn't I just talking about all we need is the King of Pentacles? Well, the Queen of Pentacles is the feminine energy, though, but it's still the same kind of royalty suit. So, but this would probably be a more like practical, receptive way. And that's probably where that, the blindfolding and the fight and the inner conflict come from, is how do I just receive my blessings, especially when, you know, masculines are so used to having to strategize and kind of connive and work their way to get things. It's kind of like, well, how masculines are looking at like, I want to create my world, I want to receive it, but there's kind of like this, because what this was about the Chariot, so them wanting to, and then the King of Cups was here. I'm just gonna like order these a little bit. So it's definitely, how do I bring into my world this energy of having all my pentacles and bringing in like my heart and my emotions, true honesty, like true integrity with my own heart and my emotions, boldly being able to speak my truth and still manifest my world, you know, still being that authentic, respectable person. Like the King of Swords, I'm just hearing that it's like the masculine is looking at this as someone they look up to, and that hi Choo Choo, and that my kitty's over here, he's like watching me. What are you gonna do? There's no room. Okay, do what you can try. All right, Lord. You know, like they want to be respected. They want their truth to be the honorable thing. They also want to be seen as like, I'm that man, you know, like I'm that mother, I'm the boss, you know what I'm saying? Like I am emotionally, you know, secure and mature, and I'm a nurturer, and I make my world, you know, like I am. Oh no, you better not. I have my bowl of food over here, so he's probably thinking that he's gonna be slick. I'm gonna move that over. But that you are still a powerful creator. Oh my God, guys, look. It's all suits here. So this is really what the conflict, this is really what's really on their mind for the masculine. And there's kind of a lot of self-deception, I think, going on because of scarcity mentality, lack mentality. Okay. But the good thing is that they're super determined to just keep going forward. My only thing, and this is what I'm going to keep reading about, is in what way are masculines going to actually, you know, in what way, let's see, what do I even really want to know? You know, what ways... What ways do they need support, you know? In what ways does the masculine actually need support for this? Because it's kind of like, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep lying to yourself to just kind of make things what it is? Because it could be that they're having success with like scamming themselves, even though it does cause them like your inner battles. Like you could really just be fed up and tired of lying to yourself. The only problem is that they do feel success, that they have things like it does in a way kind of make them have to fight and bring forth success. Like they still have to, like it's still making movement. It progress is still progress, but I don't know. Let's look at it though, because sometimes if you kill your soul, it's not really progress. Like material gains, sometimes this world, like the Four of Pentacles is still about like pettiness and greediness and just like trying to hoard things. It's not like it's a control issue energy. And then with the 7 of Swords, it's like with the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Swords, it's like, who are you lying to? Like, why are you lying with this 7 of Wands energy of like, you're fighting yourself. You're fighting, you know, maybe the emotional maturity that you are this, you know, a true lover. And that's what makes your world complete. I don't know. Let's look at it because, like I said, you know, for men and masculine, I mean, for women and feminine too, like we need material things. But sometimes the masculine energy gets a little bit more like caught up with like, I have to show it. Like these sword fights, like if I'm gonna say it, it's like a dick competition. Like who's got the bigger, longer, whatever. Like who has more? You know, it's like a fucking sword fight. And so, are you fighting? What are you fighting? Is it, hopefully it's just yourself. I'm seeing that it's just going to be our own internal battle, which is always what it is anyway. It's never about the other people. That's so messed up, isn't it? They trigger us. Like you might be watching this for your masculine because he triggers you, but this is your energy. This is what you're attracting to yourself, you know? This emotional security, this divine partnership that kind of like boggles you down. But the interesting thing is that it's really something that brings your world joy. Okay, being chivalrous and bringing that cup of love and really honoring the authenticity of truth really brings forth this like a practical sense of stability for the masculine. So maybe there's just, you know, and like I was hearing like the distorted masculine, like these lies about lack of mentality. Lies about lack of mentality. What else do we want to know? What else do we want to know? So, what does the masculine need? What does the masculine need to focus on today or whenever viewer is watching this? 9 of Pentacles came out. Independent, feel good, practicality. What's gonna make you kind of your, not necessarily like bachelor, but how do you stand confident in your own work? Like all this hard work that you've done for yourself. Give yourself some freaking accolade. Pat yourself on the back, okay? Like you've gotten yourself to this point. You are straight. So what else does he need? Oh my gosh, why? The 2 of Cups came out again with the Queen of Wands and the 6 of Cups. So definitely some tender loving care. Wow. And then the Ace of Cups came out. Tender loving care from a very passionate and feminine type energy. So it doesn't necessarily mean like you have, like, I don't know, if you're in 2 of Cups right now and you have union with someone, just go get some TLC, you know. For others who are more maybe in like a 6 of Cups, like they're revisiting certain memories or looking at the past, or you can use that spark, okay, to fuel like self-love. Like, again, this journey is always about like honoring yourself. You know, how do you feel good with all of your self accomplishments and letting that like pour into your cup and truly like let that blossom, you know? And that's what brings about romantic and divine partnership in another and puts you into this like, I am a passionate and loving and vibrant being, you know? Masculines are needing some TLC. You need to look at yourself in a certain way. See, this card is the 6 of Cups. It's like she's giving back to her old self. It's like a childhood reminiscing of like, you know, being your love for yourself. And I'm hearing childhood wounds in a sense, but that's just because the inner parent, like sometimes we have to go back and tell our younger self, like, I love you, you are safe and you are protected. Like we have to go in our memories, you know, and in building our own, in building our own, I was gonna say sustainability, but I don't know if that's the word. and building our own sustenance even as well. You just have to, like, you have to battle these things differently. Like when you're having this, where's that 5 of Wands, inner battle or something, you go back and you tell yourself, I am safe, I am loved, I am protected, which is like true, you know. Don't let the mental programs of society as we get older and you keep getting more programmed and more programmed tell you it's just like, I just have to keep fighting, I just have to keep conniving, I just have to keep like faking it until I make it, or being in this, I don't have enough, there's not enough, I have to grab at what I like, I have to lie, cheat, steal, stab to get to the top. No, like you absolutely do not. You are naturally, because you're here, you're born, you are of a divine being. You are already like a divine being, a divine partnership, you know, this self-love. Where's the other two? Like you got 2 of Cups twice. This is a very interesting energy. Okay, this is what it is about. Masculine. This is what you have come to balance this. And it's interesting because I've been getting visions of my own inner masculine just being like super, like, here's my cup, like, let me pour into your cup, like, oh, come here, like, let me shelter you from the rain. Like, I think masculines are like gonna come out of this idea that they have to keep up a front about the, you know, bringing forward this love and this passion that they truly desire. Like, this is who they truly are. Like, masculines are truly the Queen of Wands, you know, in this Knight of Cups energy. Like, they're truly the lovers. Masculines are truly the lovers, but there's this idea that they have to continue a certain way, a certain look, a certain deception. And that's not necessarily true. You can pull your chariot through in other ways. When the scarcity mentality and the blindfold comes on, you know, you have to be a little bit more open, like open the perspective, because the King of Swords can see alternative perspectives as well, you know, and so you have to just honor the truth. Like, sometimes there is nothing you can do, and sometimes there is something you can do. So it's like, look at where those wounds are. Like, are you operating from trauma, like something from the childhood that just needs a little bit of love for you to go back and tell yourself you're okay, you're safe, you're blessed, or not necessarily like you're loved though. You are loved. Like, you're here, you know. Let's see. It's just interesting. Queen of Wands. It's like, wow, it's like all this King and Queen's energy. It's no joke over here. King, Queen, King, Queen. So again, masculine, the self-love always seems to come out as one of those things. But I'm seeing that there's no more necessity to lie to yourself about where you've been lying to yourself. The 7 of Swords. You don't need to hide it no more, where you've been lying to yourself. Okay? All those inner conflicts and battles with yourself where you've been fighting yourself, okay? You're not fighting other people. That lack mentality, that's all you. That's all you. Are you being kind of like factual about it? Are you being kind of more in like the Knight or the King of? Are you being kind of cold and like factual? Well, it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. Are you being more honorable about it in a sense where you're just like, well, I can be emotionally mature how I handle it? Are you letting your ego kind of get in it and be like, well, I gotta be the man and do what I gotta do? Because you know what? A lot of these other cards are saying, I want to pull through. I want to pull through with truth and passion, okay? I want to pull through with passion and truth and making my world, you know, the Queen of Pentacles. I want to come through with 9 of Pentacles, making my world. I want to come through with truth and passion, okay? 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups, Ace of Cups, bringing in my love to balance what I need emotionally and then physically as well. Interesting. So that five of wands now is making sense because they're battling. Masculines are battling. I want my emotional healing, and I want my full pentacles. I want my kingdom and everything like that. And they're just like, well, I think the scarcity mentality is a deception, is a lie that they're telling themselves, is that we're telling ourselves. I should just say we, because it's like there's both inside of us. The idea that you have to grasp or be afraid of anything is a lie. It's a self-deception. Masculine, let's just get some advice. Let's do a little bit of advice. Advice for the masculine. What's up? A little bit of advice for the masculine. What can we do? What can we do? Let's take 3 for right now. Island time. In your own time. Take your time. Active. Have a relaxed attitude. Be more lighthearted. Meditate. Groom. Husband, partner. Interested in a commitment or advancement. Love of a lifetime. Wedding or event. Just so done. Mentally tapped, emotionally spent, physically drained, spiritually depleted, ready to make a change. Oh my gosh. Guys, okay, advice. You know what? You're drained, okay? You're just so done, you're drained. Why? Because you've been fighting. You need to stop fighting, okay? And it even says here, that's so funny. It's like the groom. It's like the male partner. It's like the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles. It's like everything in one. I know we had the Queen of Pentacles here, but like I said, it's still a royalty. It's just the feminine aspect, right? So it's bringing about all this stuff of who you truly are. And when you go inside and you meditate, this inner conflict, you're just so exhausted. I'm seeing that they're just so exhausted and done, just so done with the lack mentality, with lying to themselves. Even the 7 of Swords energy is lying to myself and lying to others about doing what I gotta do to achieve it. It's no, you're actually still a groom. You're still an honorable being. And if you go inside and you meditate on that, if you go inside of your 6 of Cups energy, and this is a reconciliation or going into the past, and you do island time, look, it's a single cup, you need to go in. You are worthy of the commitment, and that love that you seek. It's so interesting. It's lighthearted. What else did the island time say? Have a relaxed attitude. Yeah, because they've been so wound up. Look. It's you're holding on too tightly. And because you need to go inside. Of course, it's always going to be go within and bring love into your heart. Pour into your feminine and then pour into your masculine. Okay, both sides you need to, and that's why we got it twice, because it's important right now to island time the groom, okay? And that's who you are, masculine. You're a lover. You are a lover. You're full of love. And that's really how you build your pentacles as well. It's from a place of love and integrity. And knowing that no matter what, you still have this fire force. You still have that, what was it? Chariot and 7 of Wands. You're still a winner. You're still a... Fighting doesn't always have to be in a competition to lose. It's always, it's a spark, basically. You will always have this spark that will drive you forward and allow you to succeed. Okay, so don't ever think that you have to just grip so tightly to these illusions and delusions of yourself. You don't have to manipulate anybody. You don't have to lie about who you are. You don't have to deceive anybody about anything, who you are, who your island is a decision. And I was going to say a decent human being. Like, you are a good heart, okay? In your heart. Always go back to your heart. Wow, it's a lot going on here. I hope this was helpful. I love you so much, masculine. Mwah. I see you next time. Boo. Bye-bye.